Hello everybody and welcome back to The Witness, where we are climbing this mysterious mountain. There's so much yet to explore. Actually, it looks like we're going down this chasm. I'm getting so easily distracted. Because this is actually going to take us to this area, it looks like, that we haven't been able to go through yet. So hopefully this will lead us to some new discoveries, some new mechanics, and I found a circle. It's got to be a circle. And this is nothing right here because I can't climb on purple. But that looks like a circle, so let's go back up, see if we can... Is it a cave? Where did this cave come from? No, wait, this is where I came from. Don't mind me. But there is a circle that I see from up here. Maybe. Maybe I have to be higher. There's a circle right there, too. Is that the one that I've already hit? Maybe I can't hit that one yet. Alright, so... back down to this... wherever this is gonna take me. I really don't know. There's this big statue here. Why even bother putting steps if this is what you're gonna do? This is super dangerous. This is super awesome. Something there? What is that? That's nothing. Don't worry. And we are stuck on this side of the cave. Good. Just what I like to see. And we are in the Weeping Willows area? Ooh. Does that teach me anything? No, really, does that teach me anything? They both work. So... I have to touch two sides here. What? Oh, so I cross it, so I have to make that shape. I can't make a 3 shape, I have to make a 2 shape. If I cross this, I have to make an L shape. If I cross this, I have to make a... Whoop. If I cross this, I have to make a square shape. So I think I was kind of on the right track whenever I... when I was trying it earlier. Okay, that's obviously incorrect. So how precise does it need me to be when I do this? I guess pretty precise. I can't let much go. So there's more over here. So it's making this a little harder on us. So both of those work. I guess it counts as 2 if they're touching. And by touching I mean a gap like that. So we do this. We need to cross 1, there we go. No? You angry at that? Okay, so whenever we exit the thing, okay, maybe it doesn't count as 2. It's just I have to cross 1, and then that solves it. But if I cross 2, that unsolves it. So that crosses 1, cross 1. What? That makes this one angry. No. I'm not really sure what you're asking of me here. Unless I'm just completely misunderstanding. They combine. I can loop them in to combine them. Okay, so whatever's looped in needs to add up to whatever they to whatever they stack to. Clever, clever game, I see your ploy. This one I don't quite see. Okay, it just doesn't have to be 6. It has to make the shape. That was awful. There, okay. This is tricky. I don't get it. Well, okay, I get it. It's just... It's so weird, man. So I cross it, and then I... No? How is that one not solved? Okay, so... What if I make a T shape with these two? I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't exactly expecting that to work. Somebody really needs to clean this pool. There's stuff growing in it. It's stringy, and it's neon colored. I don't want to touch it. This stuff's not much better. I mean, this one's almost bloody. And there's normal cattails here, so that's fine. All right. So how do we want to go back if we want to go back? Is this going to drain? I asked the same question earlier. Okay, that's a gate that will open in a minute probably, because there's a ribbon coming up here. And we have more puzzles to solve. Do we go complex or do we go for the simple? The simple one looks like it's going to open this shortcut. And then, well, maybe these both open shortcuts in different ways. Let's see if we can solve this guy here. Wait a minute. Here, like this. Now let's go over here and solve this more simple one for a minute. I think I can dig that. Maybe? None of those are solved. None of those are solved. What did I try just a minute ago? I mean, that's clearly wrong. This gap right here is just completely throwing me for a loop. Okay, let's try and solve one of these. Okay, that one's solved. Good. But how do I solve this one? So let's go back down and take a look at this guy again. These shapes are clear. The solution was fairly clear. But here, this gap is trying to ruin my life. Let's just be full dramatic about it. It's trying to ruin my life. And it very well has. Unless... You know what? Maybe you don't know what, because clearly I don't. If we go up and around here... So if I do this, I believe this would solve it. But is there a way around to be able to do this, but still make it up? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so after about 20 minutes of staring at this, I finally figured it out. So, here's the thing. When your initial assumptions, when your assumptions are wrong, you need to go back and reassess what you originally thought was right. So, I was thinking that these have to be in the line that they exist in, right? But that's not the case. If you just add them up, it doesn't matter how they add up, they just need to add up and create what they need to create. But I also figured this one out in the downtime. I was just simply not drawing it correctly, and that's how that's done. And this one looks to be like a little bit tricky. That's obviously not it. So again, reevaluate how your initial assumptions work. So as long as I encompass these, that's not quite it. As long as I encompass these all in a shape that these can create together, then it will be happy. But it's not about putting them together, but it's about making sure that the grouped shapes add up to the shape, the overall shape. It's a tricky balance you have to find. So that adds up to that, which is great. That's obviously wrong right there. But that does this. So what if I... This is incorrect as well. But I could also do this, but that's also incorrect. So I need to find a way to get that in there. But let's go back to this one and our aimlessness. So it takes away our original solution. So what if we try... What if we try... another solution that we had in mind? Or we could just... Bollocks! So we have these yellow stacked down there, yellow stacked right there. But it takes away our avenue. It takes away our hole. So where can we put it instead is the question that we must ask ourselves. But another... So I'm pretty sure that these have to be... You have to maintain the shape. So you can't split them up. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. That is incorrect. I have to go around it to do what I was thinking that I could do. But I can't. I can't. It's all so clear to me now. Yes, I know that's where I start. If I come up here, I could go down through there, but I can't. So that becomes a problem. But I can stack them on separate sides. They don't have to be together. So this one will be tricky. So the one pieces way back over there in the tutorial. My assumption was wrong. It's about building blocks. So with that in mind, we can do stuff like this. Starting to lose my grip on reality. Everything that I thought I once knew is now everything that I know that I don't know. Combine those. So this solves these two. And then I could solve this guy just like that. But then this guy gets left out. But if I solve these two, I come over here. No, wait. I swap these two. Oh, good God. We'll go down there in a minute, okay? I want to give this another go. So if I move that line all the way to the left, we end up with... No, because they're separated. They all need to be grouped up. So if I do this... Can I arrange these in some strange configuration? So that's a shape I can make. But I can also make a shape like this. I'm just drawing right now to brainstorm. It's just brainstorming. I can also... just completely close it in, I think. Or I can do... No, because that excludes that guy. But if I... I can't rotate them. So that's a good thing. If I can't rotate them, then that severely limits my possible solutions. Which is a good thing. It's a great thing. So if I swap this guy and this guy, then we end up with this. And it's all so obvious now. Got it. So where are we now? Wait a minute. I know where we are now. This is where we got off the boat. We came exploring over here and we were like, oh, so there's a gate over here. Let's go back. Just to make sure, yes, there is the dock. Somebody stole our boat. Just a little unsettling, but okay. I don't care that he stole our boat. We can always get it back with our nifty summoning spell. So, we solved the block puzzles. We understand the blocks now. What we don't understand is stars without partners. That's one thing that continues to perplex me. How much time do we have left? I spent so much downtime in that episode just staring at the puzzle and trying different things that I don't know how much time we have left remaining, but let's just keep on going. So this one's obvious. We got more building blocks, square, and this one's a little trickier. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's a little trickier, but we got this too. Now this one! This one's kind of an asshole. So that's clearly 2 squares of a gap. Which means I need to... It's 2 squares of a gap, right? It's not just 1 square of a gap. This is 1 square of a gap. But how many squares do we have? This is 5, 8, 12. We have a total of 16. So there's going to be 4 squares that won't be lit up. Wait, these don't necessarily have to be all grouped together. That's something I need to continue to remember. So this is incorrect. Incorrect. I'm not exactly sure how to solve this guy. Let's see what we can do to solve one at a time, okay? So if we can solve that one relatively easy. Good. We can solve that one relatively easy. But what we lack is a control for this guy. So that makes me believe he needs to be connected. So if I slot this guy in... No. I slot this guy in. So what we end up with is still incorrect. No, it's not. So... Oh, because I have to go around all of them. Or again, maybe our assumption is incorrect. See, I could just brute force this possibly. It'll be super difficult because we know if they're all combined, only 4 of them won't make it. And so we cannot have a stack of 4. So one of these... Again, assumptions. Check your assumptions at the door. Check your assumptions at the door. We cannot have a stack of 4. For any 2 blocks, there cannot be a stack of 4. But if they're separated, suddenly there's a whole gamut of possibilities. So I had a shape in my mind. If I stick there, we have there. And then this guy goes in here. No. This guy goes in here. Which means we can fit this guy here. So if we color this in, is there any possible way we can draw this? I don't think so. So we can have a stack of 4. But I'm assuming that this is a double gap and not a single gap. It's obvious, right? It's obviously a double gap. Okay, so this cannot be here because this would have no place to go. But it could be here and it could be here. Which means this only has 4 positions that it could possibly be. Which means that this only has 2 positions that it could possibly be. So here or here. So if it's here, then that leaves no place for this. So it has to be here. And we could slot this here. Wait a minute. Yeah. Wrong. Fuck. So this needs to be used, so it has to be here. Which means this has to be here and this has to be here. But I already tried that. I already tried that setup. What if I assume it's just a single gap? What if we just go wild here and just say it's a single gap and that it's impossible for there to be a double gap? And that changes, it literally changes everything. Which means this can stay here. So let's take a look at this for a second. This would work, assuming it was a single gap. But it's not. But if it's a double gap, then we end up with this. And it's solved. Alright. Finally, we got stuck on puzzles a little more than we would have liked. And there's probably going to be some edits to clear that out. But we finally solved those. We unlocked a shortcut and we got through these doorways a little bit. And we're going to make our way to that box over there on the next episode, hopefully. And I will see you there.